Everybody good today?
Yes,
Everybody feeling good?
Good, 师傅.
Everybody good in body, speech, and mind? Feeling good and being good is two different things, huh? Yeah. Not so difficult to feel good. Yeah. But even then, some people find it difficult. But even harder to be good. Yeah. And everybody have different idea of what is being good. Yeah. Take for example, if you are in a soccer team, some people feel that to be striker is to be good. Yeah, because ultimately, if you are playing soccer, let's say if you are playing soccer, and then in a team setting, right? Then you have to strike goal, right? So striking goal is important, correct? So for some people, then they think I must strike goal, then it's good. But if everybody wants to strike goal, then who is going to be the defender? Then how about the goalkeeper? And if everybody want to be goalkeeper, then nobody strike goal, they always play in defense. Like, let's assume if you are allowed to do that, okay? Yeah. If somehow you're allowed to like let everybody choose what they want to play, then how? Then you may have a mess, Yeah. Because it's just like our the food we eat. We don't tend to choose what we need to eat, but we choose what we want to eat. So if imagine, I don't watch soccer. I'm not a soccer fan, but there are a lot of people around me who are soccer fans. So over the years, I hear, I also know one thing or two. Yeah, you have Man U, you have Liverpool, yeah, and that's it. I don't know anything else. Manchester United and Liverpool, only these two I know. I know Maradona, yeah, Pele, yeah. Anything else, I don't know. But I know that there's midfield, there's defense, there's striker, yeah. So the same goes for not just soccer game. In our life, it's the same thing. Among friends, if let's say you have a gathering, who is the striker? Those who are the kind of like the center, who are the top, then everybody get entertained. Yeah. But the striker sometimes have to play defense also, Yeah. That same person, if every day he want to play striker, then nobody want to talk. Nobody want to invite him also, or her. Why? What does it mean? Because a good conversationist knows when to engage people to talk. Knows when to talk, knows when not to talk. To get people to talk. His talking get people interested by getting people to talk also. Yeah. And so there's interaction, man. Otherwise, you are going for Dharma talk. But if you go for Dharma talk, you're mentally prepared. Okay, I want to go and listen to a talk, right? Whereas, do you meet your friend with the mindset, I want to go and listen to my friend? All right. So you'll notice there are some who are like whole day striker. Then everybody like humor him, maybe know each other for a long time. You know his fun, you know his character. You always so you just okay lah. Then there are those who play defense. Yeah, in a group of friends, those who play defense are those who keep quiet. Yeah, just listen. Yeah, but different people listen for different reason. Some people listen because they are just they are genuinely interested in listening to what other people have to say. But there are also those who are very defensive. So they don't want to say much. Yeah. Even if other people engage them, hey, hey, how about you? Everybody talking, why are you so quiet? Then, oh, no, lah. Nothing. I hear you all listen. I listen to you all. People ask, so what do you all do in the weekend? Oh, usual lah. No, 10问9不答. You ask them 10 things, 9 things they don't tell you. Then even if you ask them, hey, so I heard you go for a trip, huh? Yeah, lah, just go for a trip, lor. So where do you go for a trip? Asia, lor, Asia. They give a kind of very super big answer. So also not so good. Yeah, also not so good. Yeah. Depending on the circumstances, we should play different role. Yeah. If we don't recognize this, then we will time and again get into trouble. Yeah, and if we don't recognize this, we get into trouble. We still wonder why. How come? How come people get angry with me? How come? I'm not welcome. Yeah. At home is the same thing also. Yeah. At home, father, mother sometimes have to swap roles. Sometimes play different roles. If father or mother day in day out want to be striker, then cannot also. But of course, there are some people who are quite naturally like maybe because marriage is quite different from friendship, because marriage is a very long-term thing and it's a daily thing. And for most people, by the time you get married, for most people, they have gotten accustomed to a certain mode of living already. Yeah. Whereas friendship is developed over the years, and many times we develop our friendship in our younger days. Yeah. So, and of course, for marriage, there's a lot of differences in expectations. Yeah. So, in many cases, by the time two persons get married, they're quite used to their role. I'm used to playing goalkeeper. Yeah. Yeah. Or I'm more used to playing striker. Yeah. Make decisions. Everything I make decisions. Whether it's good decision or bad decision, I make. Y'all don't stop me. Y'all listen to me. It doesn't mean to be that it must be the father, no. Sometimes mother is also like that. Yeah. May not always be the bad thing. Yeah, but some people are accustomed to it. So what happens if you have two goalkeeper get married? Both also want to call but nobody want to make decision. Yeah. So both passive. Huh? You goalkeeper, I also goalkeeper. Huh? How many years? I'm older than you know. You know how many years I've been playing goalie right now? I just sit down on there, wait until things happen, then I react. Yeah. You can wait. I wait. I show you how I wait. I wait 10 years. You see how long you can wait. By the time our child already 20 something, no? You want to wait? You're gonna decide. I also can don't decide. Yeah. But if two goalie get married, oh, jialat. I want to be striker, you also want to be striker. Then bound to quarrel. Yeah. The same goes for volunteering. The same goes for volunteering. Yeah. When we volunteer, I have a very simple idea. Yeah. There was once we were at the Meta Welfare Home. So we volunteered to clean up the place. Yeah. So over the in the course of a whole year, grime, dust collect all over the place. I mean, not all over the place, but the window pane and all those things. So, so as we are cleaning, and then there was an inspiration. So halfway through during the break, so I told them, I said, I took the scrub and I told them, the way to volunteer is to volunteer like a scrub. to volunteer like the scrub. The scrub don't choose where it want to scrub. Wherever you scrub, the scrub will scrub. The scrub don't choose what it likes to scrub, what it don't like to scrub. The scrub don't choose clean places to scrub, nice places to scrub. Scrub purpose is always to go to the dirty place. Imagine if your scrub don't like, have preferences. Then when you're washing your dishes, and then hey, the scrub run away. Come back here. Scrub away, scrub run away. Yeah. Then how? Cannot. And at the same time, usually you only use one scrub. You cannot use two scrub. Yeah. Even if you have two-person washing dishes, if you're already washing these dishes, this dish, yeah, you're already washing this plate, then the other person also want to wash the plate. Then how? Then how? 会擦出火花. You will have sparks, you know, either the romantic sparks or the nuclear bomb sparks. Those, how many of you are single? How many of you single? Okay. Hold your hand, hold your hand. Single one, hold your hand. Okay. Those of you who possibly want to stay single, whether to ordain or to practice by yourself, put down your hands. Okay. Those who still have your hand up, then you must listen carefully. Okay, those who just put down your hand, listen carefully first. Don't anyhow wash dishes with people. You anyhow wash, then suddenly got spark come out, then you cannot go and ordain. Okay, those whose hand is still up, also don't anyhow go and wash dishes with people. Only wash dishes with those you are interested in. You're interested in, then you watch. I watch, then yeah. Then got spark come out. Sifu teach you. But don't anyhow go and wash dishes with people. If bopian, let's say you are assigned to wash dishes. Let's say you have a gathering, then later wash up, then bopian, can now wash dishes. Then you're not interested in that guy, or you're not interested in that girl. Then you make it clear. Okay, you wash, I rinse. That's also one way to find out whether the guy or girl interested in you. Yeah, the person, you wash, you stand there, I stand here. I wash, you rinse. Means clear already. Clear, very clear. 井水不犯河水. The well water and the river water don't mix. Okay, don't mix. So the same goes for volunteer, you know. Yeah. When a task is already taken up, don't go and say book. Don't go and say book. Come I do. There was this retired lawyer. I don't say who, because every time I introduce her, then she said, no, don't tell, no. I don't know why those who become Buddhists are always so afraid that people know who they are. Anyway, one day she was driving me back to the Buddhist library after one of the class. Then she had this funny thought. She said, Venerable, sometimes I wonder, you know, why in Buddhism we are so inefficient. There are so many things that can be done easily. You know, why you all go around one big round to go and get it done? So I look at her and I smile. I said, cultivation is not about efficiency. Many of the cultivation is about inefficiency. Why? Because when you cultivate, it is about mental effort. If you're too efficient, that means very little mental effort. So when you cultivate, you cannot try to find shortcut. Because if you are trying to find shortcut, that means you are trying to cut down on your mental effort. Then how can you produce big result? So You must know that I am a lazy person. No, hearing this from me, you must have the confidence that this is true. Programmers, software developers, those who deal with computers are all lazy people. That's why we come out with computers. That's why we write programs. We write once, then you just keep on doing it for us. We don't have to do it anymore. But cultivation, you can't do that. You can't do that. Those of you who have been to the Buddhist library before the COVID, do you remember? If you go for the morning puja, they do offering, right? If you go to many Theravada center, they will do offering and they'll pass each of the item, yeah, around, and then lastly towards Bante, then Bante put it on the altar, right? Why so mafan? Anyway, it's already there. Just put it up there. Waste of time. Go on around. And sometimes during big occasion, they pass through the whole hall, you know. Slowly, then they chant Iti piso bhagava araham samma sambuddho vijacharana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhammasarati satta deva manusanam Buddho Bhagavati. Oh, haven't finished. Iti piso. One more round. Aya, chant so much for what? Just play tape lah. Sifu, sometimes you get it wrong. Play tape lah. No mental effort if you play tape. No mental effort. If you just pass it, put it up there, then everybody don't have that mental effort that of doing the offering. So I've told many volunteers this. When you are doing volunteer work, there are things that you can be efficient. Yeah, there are things that you don't try to be efficient. In particular, when your efficiency means other people don't get to do it. I just told a student recently. What have you ever thought about how Shifu get you all to do many of the volunteer work, even though it's tech related and it's faster if I do it myself? I'm not putting down the volunteers. I'm highlighting that simply as a matter of fact, I've been dealing with audio visual equipment since primary one. Primary one, I was volunteer in primary school, Gillimat East Primary School. I helped to set up the projector, not projector. Helped to set up actually I didn't know. And last time, you know, audio visual equipment is more complicated, you know. Is when we play video is the reel, no? And you must go through the loop. I started doing that, no, primary school. So when it comes to all this setup, for me, is even if it's a new equipment, it's very easy for me to pick it up. Yeah. So I look at it, I can figure, I don't know why, but I just look at it, I can figure it out. But I will still get the volunteers to do it. Why? Faster, masterful. If you do it yourself, why you waste time? Waste our time. You ask us to do it, then we get stressed. Then you tell us we do it wrong. Why? So that you all have a chance to contribute. So that everybody get to contribute. And when you contribute, you put in effort, you make mistake, that's merits. Because then you change ma, then you can change ma, you can improve ma. You think about it, Buddha so good, right? Then he just do everything ma. So then you ask yourself, if you are a volunteer, then if one volunteer, I don't say who lah, but if one volunteer, this one I also can do, this one I also can do, then okay lor, then volunteer of one. You know, they have this saying, right? The army of one. To be very honest, I'm saying this not because I don't have this problem. I sometimes have this problem. I just do it myself. When I was in my 20s, I do everything myself. Yeah. When I was a teenager in JC, I wrote the whole game myself. Game engine, graphics editor, unplug everything. Partly because I was just writing for my own fun. Yeah. But when I get out to work, then I still have that mindset. Everything I just want to write myself. But then will be a team structure. Yeah. The team lead split you into teams. You're supposed to write this, you just write this. You finish already, you sit there, you don't do anything. Sometimes I tell my students how when I was in R&D in engineering, I finish my work with head of the team. Then what do? I go and find new things to do. But I'm always limited to the module I can change. I cannot go and check out other people's code and go and change it, I can only improve my own work. Yeah, I never highlight this part. I always highlight how I had fun. I always highlight how my attitude is finish, tell a boss. But there's another part, which is all the changes. If you recall, every time I tell you all my stories, right? I never once say I go and check out other people's code to go and modify. I was always improving on my own code until my boss tell me, your code is perfect, don't touch anymore. Go and sleep, go to canteen, go and read newspaper, go and play game, I don't care. So subtly, I learned about teamwork. Teamwork is not about you doing everything. Oh, teamwork, ma. I help everybody do their work. Ma. That's teamwork. Ma. No, teamwork is everybody do their own work. Yeah. We can learn everywhere we go. Yeah. For many people, IT is a chore. Yeah. For many people in the IT industry, they feel like they can, what is that to learn? Just all the technical stuff. But actually, even what I just described is in R&D, is as technical as it gets. But actually, there are a lot of things to learn. Anywhere you go, there are things to learn. Even in the army, a lot of people say army waste of time. But I learned a lot of things in the army, So similarly, when you do volunteer work, there are a lot of things to learn. But only if you are ready to learn, you want to learn. Only if you see that you have something to learn. What does it mean by you see that you have something to learn? It means that you see that you are not perfect yet. Even when I so-called guide the volunteers, I'm also learning things from the volunteers, learning how to talk to different volunteers. Some volunteers, I ask them a few common questions, they freeze. You literally see their face freeze. Let me see whether that, oh, she's not here today. You're going to guess who freeze. I'm not criticizing her. I'm just saying that different people have different temperament. Yeah. Which, when I think about it, in consulting, we learned that. No, we learned about the profiling. Yeah. In most companies, especially MNCs, you'll go for the personality test, right? Right. But in consulting, we also learn this, but we don't just learn about our own personality. We learn about all the different quadrants, different permutation of personality, and we are taught how to how to interact with each kind of personality. Yeah, but it became just part of parcel. Yeah. Otherwise, how you want to consulting come in, go out, no? You cannot afford to go there and then say, give me 3 months, I need to get to know that person. You don't have luxury. You only have that one meeting, the first meeting, to get to know the person and get the person to make a decision. Then, but it's different for volunteers also. Yeah, because for volunteers, sometimes because I'm Sifuma, so they interact in a slightly different way. Yeah. And furthermore, As a consultant, I'm just trying to get them to make the decision and then buy our services or our product, and then I move on to the next project. But for volunteer work, I'm not trying to get anything from the volunteers. I'm sure it will help them grow. I'm sure it will help them to learn the Dharma. Even volunteers, some volunteers have the wrong mindset. They come to volunteer just thinking that they want to contribute. Yeah, for whatever reason, they want to do work. But no. Yeah. Volunteers are always the first tier Dharma learner. Because if the volunteers never learn Dharma, how you volunteer to support other people to learn Dharma? how to support? That's why when I heard some of you may have gone to the Goenka Vipassana meditation centers. Yeah, in the Goenka community, they have a very interesting framework for volunteers. You cannot just say, I want to volunteer, then become a volunteer. You must have attended 3 of their 10 days retreat before you can volunteer. Yeah. One of my Chinese students told me about it. I was like, huh? Why? And then she shared, because if you have not attended at least 3 of the retreats, you cannot appreciate why things are done a certain way. And your mind is not quiet enough. And when you volunteer, you end up disturbing the participants. And I think, oh yeah, it's very true. Yeah. But sometimes I learn there. Sometimes I always say, don't have the kind of rotten compassion. 烂慈悲. But I say that because I sometimes 烂慈悲, People say they want to volunteer, then I say, okay, volunteer. Why? Because I am not blaming scouts, but I get this from scouts. Yeah. You think about it, in the different uniform groups, I don't know about now, but in the past, in the uniform groups, right, NCC, NPCC, to join the uniform group, you have to go through a physical fitness test. So minimally, everybody who is an NCC cadet, NPCC cadet has a minimum physical health level. So that's why you look at NPCC, NCC, all the size is more or less the same one. You look at scouts, 高矮肥胖, all over the place. And the best thing is, in secondary school, when I joined scouts, I joined very late. I joined like almost middle of the year. People already get to know each other. I boom, come in. So I got thrown into Hawk Patrol. Yeah, in our scouts group, we use the words, the name of different birds. So I got thrown into Hawk Patrol, and after a while, I got to know that Hawk Patrol is a dumping ground. So already in the scouts group, we welcome anybody to come in, and especially in the Hawk Patrol, you have all the misfits. So it's called 贵善, called 贵不一one, he calls it 乖, he calls it a. Wow, all over the place. But I'm so glad I got into Hawk Patrol, because it taught me to accept different people to come in. Not to say, oh, you must be like this and that, then you can come in. Bodhisattva path is like that. You don't say you cannot come in, you cannot come in. You accept people to come in. But the challenge with that is that then then the standard is like that. But when you want to volunteer, your first attitude must be, I want to learn Dharma in this community. So even when you're tasked to do a volunteer work, it is an opportunity to learn something also. Yeah. And what is the thing to learn? Learn about yourself. The Dharma is about us. Dharma is not something outside of us. learn about our Xi Lang Kuan. Is Lin Toy here or Xi Lang Kuan? Our dead man style. Our bad character. Oh. So be a striker when there's no striker. Be a defender when there's no defender. Be a goalie when there's no goalie. Be a backbencher when there's enough people to play. Then you will be welcome everywhere. 愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿消三障诸烦恼，
愿得智慧真明了，
愿得智慧真明了，
无愿罪障悉消除，
无愿罪障悉消除，
世世常行菩萨道。
世世常行菩萨道。
阿弥陀佛。Till we meet again, may be guided and protected by the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And as always,
乖乖。
have a scrubby day ahead. Okay, bye-bye.